open up. You open up.
Welcome to.
Hello. Welcome to Holata. A whole lot of topics
Whole lot of gossip.
and a whole lot of fun. How are you doing today?
I am doing good. Very good today.
That's good. How was your day?
My day was good. I didn't do anything. It was
Okay.
amazing. I didn't do anything major. I slept a lot. I had a good sleep. And that's about it. How was your day?
My day was good. I ran some errands. Well, I went to the doctor. I had a doctor's appointment. Thank you for the like, whoever that was. Deli.
Hey,
Hi.
girl. Hey, Mom Bunny.
How are you guys? So hey ladies. I had a doctor's appointment. I felt like it was a waste of money, but I'll talk about that another time. And then I worked. It was like kind of the weather was like kind of cold and like rainy-ish and snowy-ish, so it made me really lazy.
Yeah, it was a nice day to sleep in.
Yeah, it was. It really was. So what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking some regular white Zinfandel on my fancy cup that my little cousin made.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, it was for my cousin's birthday.
Hi, Mama Gail.
Says, hi, mommy. Says Fab 40. This was my cousin's 40th birthday. She made cup fuzz.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking red wine, sangria. So I don't like white wine, so it's bitter. So I'm drinking that. So we were supposed to talk about. Let's get into it. The verses. However, Ashanti stated last minute, I may add, that she had coronavirus and she was not able to do the verses. Um, what are your thoughts on that?
She told us 2 hours and 15 minutes before the verses. Um, okay, so I'm not saying that she doesn't have it. I don't know. She probably does. I don't think anybody will lie about having corona.
Yeah,
My issue is, when were you going to tell us? Because you knew the day before, supposedly.
exactly.
So I just need, communication is key. People are not doing anything. People are not doing anything with their lives. It's coronavirus. We're in a pandemic. Things are shutting down. We were looking forward to seeing you guys do whatever you want to do.
Right.
I'm upset about that. I just think that she didn't communicate. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like once the day before, I'm like annoyed, and I feel bad because I'm annoyed she had corona. But like you said, once you found out the day before, you should have let people know. You're like, oh, I'm still trying to do something. And I mean, they did the older verses. They did the older verses like separate, but they said they didn't think it was good because delayed time and stuff. So I don't know. It might have not been as good, but I mean, the good thing about it for me is since I had absolutely nothing to do, I started tidying up. So at least I did something accomplished. So maybe they should do something like where people are expecting to watch it and then have nothing to do. They can do something productive. So
Yeah.
maybe if that's the goal, my room was nice and neat and um had some quality time with myself. So that was good.
I think I did laundry and I cooked.
See, so thank you
Hmm.
for giving us a productive time. Really quick then before I go to the comments, they have been postponed for January 9th. That's what's supposed to be the next date. So fingers crossed. What's that?
Well, hopefully her ass stay in the country and really quarantine because she was. And another thing too, you're traveling to Africa and shit, but she said she got it from a family member, which is really good.
Yeah, we go to the comments.
And yeah, but I just feel like, why did you go to Africa? But like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, just a good evening, girls. Looking lovely as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's how you usually come on late.
About time you on time. No
Oh,
good.
thank you. And thank you for love.
Exactly.
Stephen wants to know what did you cook?
So I made some pinto beans and stewed chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for Sunday dinner. And then that night I cooked me and my mom some turkey burgers. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, that even hi, you know that
Hey,
person.
Kelly.
Okay. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. So there was a verse that you said is coming up, and then it's one I just sort of I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna laugh. But the one that's thinking about doing this too, but the one you told me about just now was Kelly Price versus Kiki Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
And you said what?
No. I don't have time for that loud shit.
Why?
I don't think. Okay, so what songs are they gonna play? I don't feel like listening to like slow jams all night. There's nothing that's gonna make me like be like, yes. There's nothing.
I don't know if they have 20 songs, because you're supposed to have 20 songs.
They don't.
So I don't know that. But Kelly Price got Friend of Mine.
That she gotta bring.
Oh, the song that we both like, you should have told me I wasn't small enough. That was cute.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiki White, only song I know from her is My First Love. And she can really sing.
But I don't want to hear it.
Just, I don't know. I'm not like invested in that one. The one I'm really invested in. People who know me know I love old school music. I love the 70s, all things 70s. The one that they talk about doing is I'm making what's the word? I'm making suspense first off to understand why. So
And I don't want to hear
Fire,
who?
Earth, Wind and Fire, Dale
I like the guy with the long hair. Okay.
versus the Isley Brothers.
What Kiki said, I don't know this man. Let me pause for that one.
So anybody who knows Jose, the two celebrities that she hates the most, and it's no shade to them if they ever watch this. But she doesn't, let's say not hate sure, she does not care for
I
it.
don't like their personalities because I do like Mariah's music. I don't.
Is well, you Mariah Carey and Ronald Isley. She's never liked them as long as I know her. Like never.
You guys want to know why I don't like them?
I mean, sure.
Okay, so Mariah, who's an Aries like my mom, they totally different. Mariah doesn't move her body, her limbs. I'm like when she performs. So when Mariah was married to Tony something, she was very talented. Batola. She was very talented. She didn't, think with her body, the plastic. But then when she got with Bad Boy and like
the honey.
started doing remixes and stuff, she totally lost the sense of how she made it here. And that irked the shit out of me. And then she did fast songs and didn't dance to the songs. And I didn't understand that. Yeah.
She danced in Heartbreaker.
And with the shorts, she was like, this so annoying. Yeah. Exactly. I didn't like that. And then Ronald, Jawanda's uncle,
I like the Isley Brothers music.
he just reminds me of a Vaseline sweaty old uncle that want to hug you for 10 minutes when you enter the door at Thanksgiving.
And what else?
And what else?
You didn't like that R. Kelly was always stealing his girlfriend in the video.
Wow. I didn't like that. The R. Kelly, yes. I didn't like the fact the R. Kelly stuff, it wasn't realistic. It wasn't realistic. Nobody checking for you, Ronald, please.
But I feel like I love the 70s. I love Earth, Wind and Fire. And the Isley Brothers have been out before the 70s. So that would be like a really good, and then hopefully they will play some songs live. They both play instruments. That would be dope. I know you wouldn't watch that as your nostril slayer, but
I would watch it for the sake of the show, but I'm gonna play it. I ain't watching it. I'm gonna play it.
So let's see. Shelly said, "Is it Shelly or yeah?" Now, girl, that's never gonna happen. I guess probably the Kiki and the Kelly. I'm assuming.
I hope not.
And then Tyrone said, "First Love." I like that song. What's that thing? We don't mess with too many old. Oh, you don't mess with too many oldies. You ain't lived until you know the old school people. Okay. Oh. And then I get a text. I ain't never get a text message during the show. Right now, hold on.
Huh?
I got a text. Y'all know if you heard it. I never.
That's Ronald.
It's my uncle, Mr. Biggs.
Mr. Biggs.
I go there. Oh crap. Okay, I text you.
Don't meet him by yourself.
I've never done that before. Stephen says Mariah Carey doesn't dance. She sways awkwardly.
She doesn't move. It's craziness.
LL versus Jay Z. I don't know about that one.
How?
Yeah, I feel like
I mean,
LL should go up against like I don't even know who's old school like him. Not even Busta, right? Maybe no, because he was out before Busta. Somebody who came out around his time that still is who else? Who's the LL? Maybe guys like Rakim. I think like the LL versus Rakim. Because those are two people that they really, really pump. Said, Mom, guess it. I love her songs. Which one, Kelly or
Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah.
She's from Mariah. She's from Mariah.
So I'm down for the verses. We'll see what happens. I'm very disappointed though, Ashanti. I'm annoyed that you got COVID. I'm sorry, but I do hope that you have a speedy recovery and you don't have any like symptoms or anything like that. So God bless you. Honestly, I really mean that. And I hope January 9th you up in here.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Stephanie. Yes, the original Jay-Z versus Nas is a good one.
It is.
And they had that little beef over that girl. Mm-hmm. That's good. You have to remember, L came out on Def Jam and the same Jay-Z. I don't know if I like that one though. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know if I like that.
Well, we're talking about LL's music. LL has good music. Some of his music is really good.
No, they both have really good songs, but I don't know. Hey,
I just think they're different type of rappers.
Yeah.
Like LL is more smooth. Jay-Z in the beginning he was a little hardcore. Now he's whatever.
I don't know who LL could go with him. I don't think it's Jay-Z. I think if Jay-Z versus Nas time is going to be dope.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to. So we were talking about. I said I wanted to talk more about it next week. So, like we said, Wendy Williams' mom passed away. Mm-hmm. And she said on her show last week, she said she passed away many, many, many weeks ago, but she didn't talk about it until recently. So that kind of made me pose a question. In your opinion, do you agree with that? Do you think that was too private of her? Like, how do you feel about her waiting to let the world know that her mom passed away?
I don't disagree with it because it's her own grieving time. It's not a time frame we have to let anybody know what you're going through. I do think it's kind of odd coming from her character. That's why I was a little confused because she's usually mouthy and like open with stuff, but she's really not open with her business though. So I was just confused why she didn't like tell her audience and her how you doing people's that her mom died. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Wendy about her keeping a secret that her mom died.
Yeah, I think I understood it, but then I thought it was also odd at the same time. I think there was a day that people were saying like she's on drugs and stuff like that, and I think that day didn't happen because she kind of was like, maybe she took a pill to anxiety or whatever. So part of me thinks that, because like I said, I listened to her from her radio days, so she was always an open book. But maybe that was just too hard. Because even though you could be an open book, there could still be things that's hard to talk about, especially the passing of your mom. So that was a tricky one. I felt really bad though. Mm-hmm. But now that the story is out,
yeah,
she is taking time off to recuperate and to be there for her family. She is. The show will be back January 4th, which I don't know if it'll be back January 4th. Who knows how long it'll take to do that. I gotta give it a lot of times with celebrities and things like that. I want to give her a little bit of credit because when you're in the entertainment industry, even though you may like attention, but it's still a service. Like you're giving a service. That's how I look at it. And I guess she wanted to continue to do the show and didn't really. She didn't take time for herself personally, which we have to do. So I do think it's kind of one of those things where it's like a touchy situation, but that maybe she just wanted to give.
Yeah. And also I think too, like with secrets, is it her secret to tell? Because there's other people also involved in letting the world know that their grandmother, wife died. So that's another thing that she probably had to consider. Maybe the dad wasn't ready. Because they've been together for so long.
Yeah.
Speaking about it makes it reality too.
I didn't even think about the year because I know Wendy's 50 something. They've been together, and she's not the oldest, so they've been together like your whole life.
Yeah.
So prayers go out to the family.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen said rest in peace to Miss Williams. I hope Wendy stays up, me too. And then Shasta, I think it was her time to tell the audience and the people who watch a show when she wanted to tell them. She wanted to tell them not when social media always tells their business because I think at the time she didn't want to tell because the movie was coming out on Lifetime. Okay.
Yeah. And I also think it was really like they kept it really private because usually social media knows everything. So they probably had to like downplay the funeral arrangements and then also COVID. So
Yeah.
it's probably really difficult for the family to keep that a secret.
What I noticed was it actually she only came out with it, I think, because Gary with the T kind of exposed it. So she said many, many weeks ago. So they was able to keep it a secret for at least a couple weeks or a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She said many, many, so that could have been a couple months. So she was able to keep it a secret for that long.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she once Gary exposed it, she had no choice to talk about it. So I think she probably would have even waited a little longer.
Yeah.
I think she might need even more time to grieve. Like Wendy has had a tough couple of years, and I know people say, oh, it was good for her because what she did. I mean, she made a living, kind of exposing, I guess, celebrities. That's her thing. So I don't feel like it's her karma or anything like that. I just feel like she's having. Everybody has rough time, and she's going through her rough time. But I do pray for her because she had a divorce, and now her mom is passing. So I just hope the best for her.
Yeah. Shout out to Wendy.
Shout out to Wendy.
She's trying to make me like her a little bit, but Wendy.
Is that what's going on?
I mean, I feel bad for the girl. Like, I don't want her to be, your mama's your mama. Like, your mama, if you get on my nerves, but your mama's your mama. That's really sad. Like, I have sympathy for her for that. But, Wendy gonna be Wendy, even after this thing dies down. She's still gonna pop off at the mouth.
She's still gonna give hot topics. I mean, people, we still want to be in the know. Wendy, baby girl, let us know. But
please let me know.
I did not want to talk about something very controversial, and I have a unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm gonna talk about how do you feel about the Bachelorette. I'm gonna talk about that. Wait, what about the Bachelorette? We're gonna talk about COVID, the vaccine, but you have to expand about what you mean, like the Bachelorette, like what exactly?
The new one?
Yeah, there's a new one. It's a
black guy.
No, that's coming up. First. It was what happened was it was a woman. She met the man she wanted to marry, so she left the show in the middle. So another girl came in to replace her. It was a black girl. She's a black and Mexican girl, which I thought she was biracial, but they just said she was black and Mexican. So I was like, oh, I didn't know about this Mexican. But anyway, I really don't watch The Bachelor. I feel like it's a fancy flavor of love, like. So my mom was like, everybody's making. I'm like, she's like, so she just makes out with everyone. I said, Ma, that's the times we living in. Ever since Flavor Love, when
at least she wasn't making out with Flavor Love, because Jack gave me the that made my stomach hurt.
I don't know if they have sex on The Bachelor, but they just make out with a whole bunch of people. It's just that's the time we living in, child. I don't know, but yeah, let me know exactly what you mean, and we'll talk more about that. So I guess really quickly, so the COVID vaccine should be out in a couple weeks. They're telling us they're going to give it to the first responders, which is the doctors and the nurses, people in the hospitals first, and then give it to the rest of us. So, COVID vaccine, how do you feel about it? Yay, nay? And let me, I'll talk about my opinion.
Okay. You want me to go first? Okay. So just like any vaccine or any drug that's new, I need to see it tested on other people. I have my fears about it, of course, just like I have my fears about flu shots. And I think it's being developed pretty quickly. That's my concern too, because in the beginning they said it might take a year, and now it's not even a year yet that COVID has. I think April will be a year that everything got shut down completely, and everyone started, passing away and stuff like that. So right now, I'm a nay. I definitely have to see how it works with other people. Yeah, and if I can survive without it, I don't feel the need for it. So I'm kind of up and down about it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my unpopular opinion is I'm actually for the vaccine. Um, I talked a little bit about it on here a little bit, and I touched a little bit about it on Facebook, but I haven't really gone into it because it still is a little emotional for me. But in March of 2000 this year, okay, March of this year, me and my mother was really sick, and we had COVID. We are recovered. Um, it was something I really didn't even talk about at the time. It was kind of like because that was when every 700 people were dying in New York State a day, so it was a very scary time, and it was a time where they were saying don't go to the hospital unless you can't breathe and things like that. So we had my mother had to basically self-medicate at home. So it was a very tough time. Like I said, I'll talk more about it at later days, but it still brings up a lot of emotions. We recovered. It took a while. It took me about a week and a half to 2 weeks for my fever to go away. My mother took a little longer. To feel really back like myself took over a month. It was just really bad. And they say 80% of the population, nothing happens. They're completely fine. But it's that 20% of America, of the world, and then it's the 1% of people who fatally die from it. Where it's like, I understand everybody's nervous and they're like, what's in it and stuff like that. But my thing is, something has to be done. Like, they're not dragging it. This is not something that's like like what if people say, oh, they created it and this is a creative, whatever it is, and with the reason for it, people are dying and not pretending like people are dying. I had COVID and I had it badly, so it's not fake. People even accuse it of, you think maybe it's maybe you mentally made yourself sick. No. That's not what it was. I was sick, and it was very devastating and very trying time emotionally and physically. So it's like something needs to be done, and I understand it's kind of fast, and we may need to like test it out a little bit more. But it's like, what are we supposed to do? Stay shut down forever? I mean, it's not a flu. The flu mortality rate is 0.1%. So a tenth of 1% of people die from the flu. 1% of people die. Well, if you think, 1%, but if everybody in the world, 7 billion people, contract COVID, 1% of that is what? 10% would be what? 10% of 700 million. That's what? 70 million people who die. So we cannot afford to lose 70 million lives. So it's like something needs to be done. So I know talking to a lot of people, and I understand their concerns, and I'm kind of like, I agree to a certain extent, but it's like something needed to be done. So I'm for the vaccines, maybe more testing. I wish people were more trusting of the government and to want to take it. I just, because my fear is that, well, nobody's going to even take it, so we got this vaccine and nobody's going to take it.
Well, the thing is that's so the people that don't take it, they don't take it, but the people that do take it are protecting themselves, right? So it wouldn't affect. They still gonna have the vaccine out regardless. So it's like the flu shot. It's opt out, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's up to you to take it. But I am
more
also
deadlier than the flu.
huh?
People are comparing it to the flu, but it's more deadlier than the flu.
People are comparing it to a common cold. Like people are comparing this. Some people are not taking it seriously, and I honestly think that people that don't take it seriously, because if you haven't experienced something, you don't know the depth of it.
Right.
And it is the government's fault that we don't trust the government. The fact that you're putting a price tag to this vaccine is also incredible to me because you're saying that people will get a stimulus check if they take the vaccine. That shouldn't be the goal. Stimulus check, vaccine, that should not go together. You know what I'm trying to say? So the government always makes people doubt them because of the stupid things that they say and the way that they put things. If nobody got money to take the flu shot, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, why are you paying people for something that's supposed to save their lives? Just like you told us the flu shot would save our lives, people are taking it. People have the option either to take it or not. So I feel like it's up to the American people to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Okay. Let's read some of the comments. Oh, this is about the. I'm gonna skip the. I'm gonna go back to the Bachelor comments. Oh, Stefan said my aunt had COVID. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I guess she beat it. Glad you over. Thank you. So I said, I don't agree to the vaccine because how long cancer been around? How long has AIDS been around? Where's the cure for those diseases?
I haven't. Okay. I was going to say it's not an urgency
Right.
for HIV and cancer because there are medications and stuff and treatment.
Right. Well, I want to know about side effects, instructions, how many doses they need. Right. That is true. Like I do feel like it is a little rushed because it's I do feel like it's a little rushed because they're thinking about money. Right? In reference to okay, so cancer is different. HIV is a virus, but HIV came out and AIDS came out in the 80s. And it's one thing this doctor told me, technology and medicine only gets better. It doesn't get worse. So now you can live with HIV and AIDS for a long time. There's no cure for it. Just like this is not a cure for COVID. The vaccine is like a flu vaccine where they said they give you the dead virus. The virus is dead, and your body is supposed to fight it off. That's the same thing. It's exactly the same as a flu shot because it's a virus. So that's what it does. But HIV is a virus, but it's a little different because it attacks your immune system. So right now, what they have, like they have something called PrEP, which if you're not infected with HIV, you take this pill and it's supposed to like lower your chances by like 90%. You can live a long time with HIV, Magic Johnson. There's so many people living with HIV.
Somebody with HIV and I get it.
Right.
It's amazing what they can do with their money when they want to do it.
Right. Now with cancer, definitely. I don't know, but I'm not, I don't know too much about science, biology, but I feel like with cancer, it's like you really can't get. First of all, you have cancer is abnormal cells. Mm-hmm. You can have cancer anywhere, so it's like you really can't give a dead cancer. It's not a virus to give something out, and then once it starts spreading, you can't kill those cells without killing healthy cells. So cancer is completely different. Yeah. HIV is a virus, and now they don't have a HIV vaccine, which I think they were working on it, but now they have medication where you can prolong your life and things like that. So it's a little different. That's how.
And cancer, people don't know they have cancer sometimes until it's too late. So that's another reason why if something's attacking your whole body, it's hard to, like you said, control where it can and cannot go other than HIV. It's a lot of, it's so much that we don't know and that we do know and that we ignore and that we don't ignore, and that the government don't tell us,
Yeah. And a lot of some celebrities did pass away and stuff to COVID, but a lot of celebrities, that was the thing that Cardi B, ironically, was talking about. Is like at the time when they were getting testing, like these celebrities was able to get tested to know without the symptoms, which also was it's just a lot. So I'm for it. I am for maybe waiting, maybe doing some more tests. They come out kind of quickly. But I do want people to know that this is not a common cold. This is not the flu. They are, we kind of talked about it yesterday. It's like when you are stressed, you do tend to get sick because you're stressed. So that just kind of lowers your immune system, right? Because, when you take tests and stuff in school, anytime it was midterm season, I would get sick. I would get a cold, things like that. But it's not. For me personally, it wasn't a mentally thing. Because I was in denial about it. Like I said, I was hoping it was food poisoning. I wasn't even telling myself that I had COVID because I was too scared because I felt, you know what I mean? So this is something very serious, people. It's not something you should take lightly because 21% of people die with the 20% of people who have little or no symptoms. So if you're the 80%, just have a little bit of empathy for people and do your research and just, figure it out. But this is not no propaganda. This is some real disease. Hey, Rosie.
Hey, Rosie. You always late, girl.
Like I said, it's amazing what they can do with money when they want to do it. Free saucy.
It is. But that's how the world works. That's how it's always been. Whenever there's an urgency for something, the government has the funds. But when people are starving, the government is searching for funds. So it's you can't win. You can't win. But
it's a lot, you guys. But I think we'll talk about that at the end of the last. Rosie said better late than never. Yeah. We're gonna talk about 2020 and stuff, a little bit about stuff like that. The end of the the end of the last episode of the year. But so really quick, not really quickly, but I want to talk about something. So there was a Facebook story, and Martin Luther King. There was a play, and they had a play about Martin Luther King and what he did. Excuse me. And the play was Martin Luther King Jr. was played by a white man.
As what?
Was played by a white man.
Mm-hmm. What was the name of the play? Was what, Mountaintop or something?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And a white man played Martin Luther King Jr. And what the creator writer said, or what the actor said was, well, Martin Luther King is an iconic American figure, and he should be able to be played by any American.
Mm.
So, do you think this is a progressive?
Okay.
Or not?
So was Martin Luther King? Say that part. He said he was a what?
American icon. Like he's an American legend.
So was he American icon? He was thrown in jail. Dogs were set on him. So he became that after he died, right? That's what this man is saying. Okay, which is
saying that because he was a great American person in America.
So that means that everyone can share Martin Luther King. It's not just black people. He's not a black person.
Right, because he was fighting for equal rights.
Okay, so I have a couple of things because I looked up when you gave me the topic. So the director said that the reason why he picked this guy was because his great acting abilities, right? And how he was so vulnerable, whatever. So he means to tell me that there's no black actor who could have been vulnerable and sensitive to civil rights and what was going on back then. I think it is tacky. I think it is disrespectful how these other colored people try to downplay black people. Like it doesn't matter.
Me, other colored people.
Clear people. Okay. And I'm being honest, how they downplay black people and what we stand for. How dare you put a white man as Martin Luther King Jr.? Are you like that doesn't make any just like they got the guy to play Michael Jackson.
That movie, yeah, I remember.
I don't care if he colored his skin purple. We're not gonna get Barney to play Michael Jackson. Like, why? He is a black African American man. So I think it's stupid. I don't think it's progressive. My ass. It's stupid. I'm sorry. It's stupid and disrespectful. I'm finished. I'm sorry because that pissed me off.
No, I agree. It's like, and I don't want people to think I'm taking it lightly, but it's almost laughable. The way people like it's only white people who do something like that's the thing about it. Is like the audacity. Just like, okay, white people, and I'm sorry, I know there's white people who marched on Washington and who are allies. So I'm not talking about you guys, okay? So I don't want everybody. I'm talking about all white.
And let's say thank you to them because they want that thing. Thank you.
Thank you for being an ally. The audacity of the white privileged person. Okay, so white people get irate. When black people play characters, so like when Cinderella was black, or the fact that they're making Ariel a black, and these are fictional characters. And this is the thing: these are fictional characters. Batman can be black because he is a fictional character in Gotham City. Superman can be black because these are fictional characters. Matter of fact, even Charlie Brown could be black, right? When you take a person who was there for civil rights, who is a strong black man, who wanted rights for all people, how dare you think it's acceptable for a white person to play him? Just like how that director said in the future wouldn't matter, and Julia Roberts,
And I think, and the actors that take these roles, you are just as disrespectful as the directors and the casting directors, because no, as a white man, okay, you don't have to agree because we disagree. That's how we work. As a white woman, okay, let's say I got the role of Britney Spears in her movie, and they say you'd be great for this because your voice is a little cracky and you could dance and da 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 da. As a black woman, I'm not going to take away from her story by portraying her as a black woman. She is a white woman. I will turn down the role. And I know people need money.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Mm-mm.
But I feel like right, the person. I feel like if an actor is taking a role, they're taking on that role. Like I really don't fault the actor because he's thinking in his mind. Sometimes things work and sometimes things don't. He don't know how it's gonna be, but he wants that check. You know what I mean? So I can't really be mad at the actor if he went for the role and got hired for the role.
That's
But
excusing black white
I
privilege.
think the idea of it, of a person doing it, is just white privilege at its best. Like I would love to have that type of privilege. Where I think I could just play Harriet Tubman as a white person. I don't know.
Okay, so a question to you, right?
I want to read some of the comments after you guys.
If someone gives you a role of a white woman, isn't it your responsibility as a black woman to say, I don't think this is right to play this person? Like, it's common sense. Why would you want to play Martin Luther King Jr.? Like, I don't,
American Icon.
but I'm a white man. How I'm portraying him? Like, how are they? I don't know.
I don't fault the actor. I really don't. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but in my opinion, I don't fault the actor. I feel like he was looking for a job. He don't know how it could have came out. If it was gonna be progressive or make, like he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't fault the actor. I fault the person who hired him.
Did they change the whole family? No.
I don't know that part.
Because that's another thing. Like, did you change your mom and dad? Like, okay, never mind.
Wait, I was like, when Stephanie talking about COVID really quickly, I believe that businesses and governments are pushing this vaccine to reopen. Yes, that's exactly what I believe. I don't know how many people will suffer due to misappropriation of funds and medicine. Yes, I agree. I feel like it's all about money why the vaccine came out so quickly. 100% agree. Oh, and that's another thing too. Speaking of that, HIV was contracted through sex or blood transfusion. It wasn't airborne. That's another thing too. It wasn't an airborne disease. Nope, call me closed-minded or colorist, whatever you want, but no. I agree. I feel like this is crazy. It's ridiculous. And people lost their shit when they saw Black Stormtrooper in Star Wars. We can't do science fiction, but y'all can do MLK. A real life icon world changer. I feel like it was crazy, and I understand what you're saying with the actor, but I mean, he could have just wanted to feed his family. Like
They're not thinking.
I don't know.
Remember the documentary with Chelsea late what's her name? And she talked about white privilege, right? And how white people think it's okay to do certain things.
Yeah.
Their mindset is different from a black person. Like, yeah. I would not be okay with signing a contract to play a white woman.
You would not play Julia Roberts.
I couldn't play Julia Roberts. I don't know how to be. I couldn't play her. He can't play a black man that went through civil rights. Like, how do you know about that? How do you relate?
I feel like, and then I also feel like with the white man probably thought, well, if it ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be somebody. This play is gonna be done. I think he probably thought like that too. I don't even know what made him audition. Maybe we should ask him what made him audition for it. I think that the quote I read was the one that he said. So I don't know, you guys. White privilege at its best. We just have. I don't know what we're gonna do about white privilege right now.
Ain't nobody playing Malcolm X.
Wait, go ahead.
Wait. What he said.
It was about The Bachelor. This is why I like Joanne. She doesn't watch that. Right? I don't watch The Bachelor at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about that part. Yeah, so The Bachelor. You didn't say, Shelly, what you wanted to talk about with The Bachelor, but yeah, I feel like it's good. I don't watch it because I feel like it's a little melodramatic for me.
I've never watched the season. Huh?
You watched The Bachelor?
I've never seen a season of The Bachelor, no.
I watched it first a couple times. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm against these reality dating shows because they be so fake. Nobody ever stays together. There was a couple of new ones that came out on Netflix and it was like juicy, like they were in their bikinis all the time and stuff, and it was about money, so I watched that one. But for them, and I was watching something where you couldn't see the person that you fell in love with until y'all agreed to get married. That was cute too.
Only one couple I know survived.
The interracial couple.
Yeah, they're really cute. That's the only ones I knew about.
I love them.
They're so cute.
Yeah, man, he was crying. He dated a black woman before. She never dated a white man, and they fell in love. I don't think they're still together in Atlanta. They're coming out with a season 2, which I'm interested to see. Yeah. And we talk about that. Remember the bisexual black guy, and he
Come on, I don't have time. I'm not watching. What's the name of that show movie?
that was Love Is Blind. Oh, that was Love Is Blind.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll watch it on Netflix to talk about it. So last time we said, what's his name? Malcolm X or Tom Cruise.
let me say something. If somebody play, but everybody knows Malcolm X is like the love of my life.
But then I think
a fair dream world. No,
it's up to the audience as well. Like, did they go to this play once they saw it? Did they saw it? Like, you have to really like that. That too, I wouldn't go.
hello, who's going to that?
I wouldn't go.
They racist friends. That's some racist shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, watch him play. Watch he gonna play better than he played it. Than he did it. Like, no. They played themselves with that. If that was a black director, it would be so much shit. Like it shut down. You know how many white people been in front of that studio or whatever? They would have never flied if somebody would have played George Washington.
They still have people playing Egyptian. When we gonna stop that lie? I ain't seen a white Egyptian yet. Now they may not look like me, but they may look like they look like Obama. All of our race people, Kaepernick and Obama, they don't look like Tom Cruise and Heath Ledger. May rest in peace. They still got white people playing Egyptians. Egyptians are not white.
And
That's another topic for another day.
I remember my media teacher. He was black, and he was like, "I'm tired of white men playing Jesus." Now, you know, and that's something that people get away with because nobody really seen him, right? You know what I'm saying? But to the extent, it's like if you read the context and like. Y'all playing yourselves.
Here would skin of bronze, right?
Who here is unless they was like a white like no, we don't take
bronze is brown.
We let people like that get away with so much. When are we gonna take a stand and be like, enough is enough because you're just plain being disrespectful?
Right.
I'm sorry, that's so disrespectful to me. It's so disrespectful to me.
That was interesting. That was fun.
It was, and I don't even have an opinion about a lot of things. I'm very nonchalant, but when something like it's just like, wow, like what are we doing?
This is funny. It's Abraham Lincoln story with Michael B. Jordan in the lies. Cleopatra is not white, either was Jesus. As a matter of fact, they do talk about. Remember that Hidden Color? They said that it was a known fact that Abraham Lincoln his mother was black, like from a slave. Like it was a known fact, and that's why the slaves they don't talk about it. But I don't know how true that is. I'm not a historian.
But they can bring that up. Like that's just a hidden thing that was mentioned, but we're not gonna talk about that, so we don't know.
But we're going to talk more next week with a whole lot of topics,
a whole lot of gossip,
and a whole lot of fun. Please like, love, and share. Thank you.
Please share.
Like, love,
guys.